Hello everyone and welcome to the Back Garden Yard channel. It's 2024 and it is cold outside. The ground is frozen, but yet we are dreaming of those summer harvests. So what we're going to do today is something I don't see done much on YouTube, and we're going to talk about how much it would cost to make a garden in your backyard. A lot of people want to know, well, just exactly how much is it going to cost me and how much food can I grow? And the answer is you can grow enough to make your costs back. And so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over first what you can grow, and then we're going to look at the cost. Now, these numbers that I'm using are all just kind of off the top of my head. The prices of the vegetables and everything vary just like gasoline prices do, time of year and availability. So everybody knows this. So I'm just giving it as a guide so that the people can look and see if they really want to make a back garden yard. And the answer is it's not as hard as you would think, especially if you'll go ahead and get started early in the year. Go ahead and till your spot, have it ready so that when time to plant comes, you don't have so much work to do. And with that said, let's go ahead and start looking now at the value of the food you can grow. And in this example, I picked out 10 common items that people would grow, and most of it would be 1 pack of seeds. Now in this, I'm not using the price of plants. If you bought already sprouted plants, your cost is going to be a whole lot more for the plants, but of course your success rate will probably be better too, especially if you're starting from scratch. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the list of 10 items that I chose that you might want to plant from basically 1 pack of seeds, and just see what we can grow from those items. So looking at the list, you can see number 1 is tomatoes. And I just put 6 plants. 1 pack of seeds is going to make a lot more than 6 plants, but for a garden, the size of this garden would be about 30 feet by 30 feet. That's 10 yards by 10 yards. And that would be enough that you could grow a good amount of food, and it would probably be all you would really want to plant for your first year. If you have success and you want to expand the garden in future years, then you could go ahead and do that. Or if you want to go ahead and invest in a rototiller and go ahead and make a bigger garden, that'll be personal choice. But I just went ahead and picked this size for my example. So we're saying 30 feet by 30 feet. So anyway, the first item on the list is tomatoes. And we're going to get 6 plants and harvest 20 pounds per plant. So that would be 120 pounds at $2 a pound is $240 worth of tomatoes over the course of the season. Cucumbers, 1 seed pack will say 10 plants. Of course, you can probably get more than 10 plants, but once again, we're just going to make an example. Each plant would probably make 10 cucumbers, and at $1 a piece, that would be $100. Green beans, 1 seed pack, 1 row. You get about 30 pounds if you get 3 or 4 pickings off of the bush beans. Zucchini, let's just say we get 5 plants at 10 pounds per plant. That's 50 pounds. Romaine lettuce, you're going to get 1 row. You're going to get 30 bunches at $3 a bunch. That'd be $90 worth. I won't go ahead and go down this whole list. I think you guys get the idea, but the total that we would want to figure we're going to make would be $830 worth of veggies over the course of the harvest season. Now, if you get extra, you can do like I do and you can freeze it. And if you go ahead and freeze it, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to enjoy it over the winter, and plus the extra harvest you get from this is going to really add to your cost savings for your food bill over the year, and you'll still be saving money on food during the winter. Okay, with that said, now let's go ahead and look at the cost of this garden. So if you already own a rototiller, tools, a hand spade, a rake, a shovel, a hoe, then you've already got a leg up on someone else that's just starting. But anyway, we're going to assume you don't own this. This is a brand new garden. So you would also want to buy 25 bags of composted manure, and you can get that at Lowe's for about $4 a bag, and you're going to want to go ahead and plow that in the day you break your ground. You just want to work it and work it and work it in. Now, $100 seems like a lot to pay, but believe me, it's going to be worth it to build up whatever soil you've got out there by working this in. Then when you think and compare to a raised bed garden, where you'll pay $100 for just the raised bed, and then probably another couple $100 just to get the material to put in that raised bed, and you'll have a nice little raised bed, but you won't be anywhere near 30 by 30. The cost of that manure is very cheap. You want to get you a bag of 10-10-10 fertilizer. I get mine at Walmart. It's about $25 a bag. Your vegetable seeds are about $3 a pack. You're going to get 10 packs of those. That's $30. As I discussed before, if you buy plants, which is totally fine, you can expect to pay more for your already sprouted plants at the garden center. Your water bill is going to be higher. Mine averaged about $20 a month higher for about 6 months. Some months I didn't have to water hardly at all. Other months I had to water almost daily, depending on how dry and hot it was. You're going to want to get something to make a trellis to hold your plants up. Vertical farming is the way to go, especially in the backyard in a smaller area. You want to be able to tie up your tomatoes. You want to tie up your pole beans. You want to tie up your cucumbers. You want them to grow vertical. If you do that, you're not wasting all your space letting them crawl around the ground, plus exposing them to the dirt and the bugs that are crawling on the ground. So you really want to get this fence in. It's got $75 for the price, which is what I last paid. I understand now it's about $90, but we're going to leave it at $75 for now. Then you want to get about 6 metal fence posts. You're going to take that 50 feet of fencing and you're going to cut it in half to 25 feet, and you're going to run 2 25-foot strips down your garden somewhere. And that's where you're going to make your 2 different trellises, and you put 2 or 3 different items on those 25 feet, like tomatoes and your pole beans or your cucumbers. And that way then you'll have 3 poles for 25 feet, and that will be enough. 1 on each end and 1 in the middle. Of course, you can buy more poles if you want to and make it even more sturdy. I like to take mine down though, so the weeds that grew up last year near the bottom won't be there, but that'll be personal preference. You're going to need a large ball of twine to tie everything up with. You could just go ahead and buy it at Home Depot. It's about $25 for the big ball. I think it's 1,000 feet. So you'll need your buckets, gloves, scissors, other miscellaneous items that you're going to spend $50 on those. Insecticide spray and pump sprayer. Now, a lot of people want to go totally organic, but If you're organic, you're going to need that pump sprayer, and it's going to cost you $30, $35, maybe more. You're going to probably need at least 1 bottle of spray concentrate if you do want to spray your vegetables when you see a insect get on them, especially before they've already started producing. You can spray them and control those insects a lot easier than you can try to pick them off. But the things I haven't added to this list of cost would be something like mulch. I'm a firm believer in mulching your plants, and pine straw is about $5 a bale now. But you can also go around the neighborhood and you can rake some up if you see some, or a lot of times people have just bags of it laying by the curb, and you can just pick them up and take them. So I don't pay much for my mulch. Also, I didn't put a wheelbarrow. It's going to be a whole lot easier to haul stuff around if you have a wheelbarrow, but once again, it's not essential to have a wheelbarrow. So with that said, you can see that the $715 price if you rent a rototiller, and that's about what it would cost to rent one for a day and work your ground up really good, is going to be about equal to what you can expect to harvest. So therefore, you're really going to get all this fresh food the first year for basically no cost. Now, the next years, you're not going to have to buy the fencing. You may or may not need a new ball of twine. Your buckets, gloves, scissors, all that will still be there. So the next year, you're only going to pay less than $200 for this garden. And if that's the case, you're going to make money, save money by actually growing the garden, which is, of course, very nice. Plus, you get the benefit of having the food you grew yourself so fresh and so healthy. So with that said, I'm going to end this video, and we will be making more videos now as the season starts. Of course, with the ground frozen solid out there, there's not a whole lot I can do, but I've got a video I'm going to make on pruning. We're going to prune the trees. We're going to prune the pear tree, and we're going to prune the persimmon tree. And then we're going to make another video on pruning muscadines and grapes. And so I've got those upcoming. And it won't be but about a month, we're going to be starting some seeds in the greenhouse. So please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these exciting videos, because this year the channel's already started, and so we're going to start from scratch with this garden, and I'm going to show you everything I do to grow food in 2024. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year, everyone.